No one remembered when the city first began to float. Some said it had always been there, drifting gently above the clouds like a dandelion seed that never fell. Others believed it had risen from the earth long ago, carried upward by the dreams of those who wished to touch the stars. The city was called Aurelia, and it shimmered in the moonlight like a pearl suspended in the sky. From below, it looked like a mirage. Faint towers, bridges of light, gardens hanging in the mist. But for those who lived there, it was simply home. Each morning, the people of Aurelia woke to sunlight pouring through the clouds, painting their windows gold. They lived quiet lives, tending to gardens that floated on air, caring for flocks of silver-winged birds that glided between balconies, and listening to the soft hum of wind that held the city aloft. Among them was a boy named Leo. He was 14, curious, and always asking questions that made the elders smile. He wondered what lay beneath the clouds. He wondered how the city stayed afloat when no ropes or engines could be seen. And he wondered most of all whether anyone down below could see the same stars that he did each night. His grandmother, Mira, was the city's oldest storyteller. She wore robes the color of twilight and always smelled faintly of lavender and ink. She liked to sit on the balcony with Leo after supper, telling him tales of how the world used to be, a world of oceans, forests, and rain. "Down there," she said one evening, her voice soft as the breeze, "people once looked up and dreamed of touching the sky. Now we live in their dream." Leo looked down at the endless white clouds. They rippled like waves, glowing faintly in the moonlight. "Do you think they still dream of us?" he asked. Mira smiled. "Dreams go both ways, my dear. Perhaps somewhere, someone on the ground is dreaming of this very moment." The wind shifted, and the chimes along the railings sang their crystal song. It was a sound Leo loved, gentle, pure, and somehow full of longing. That night, as the city settled into quiet, Leo couldn't sleep. The stars seemed brighter than usual, pulsing with slow, steady light. He stood by the window watching them. Then, just beyond the edge of the city, he saw something he'd never seen before. A small, golden light drifting upward through the clouds. It wasn't a star. It was moving, alive, as if carried by invisible wings. Slowly, it rose higher, shimmering brighter with every breath of wind. Without thinking, Leo pulled on his coat and slipped out of his room. The city was silent, everyone asleep. Only the lamps along the walkways glowed faintly blue. He followed the golden light as it floated toward the edge of Aurelia, past the gardens and glass towers, past the old wind clock that ticked without gears. Finally, he reached the outermost bridge, the one that hung directly over the open air. The golden light paused there, hovering in front of him. It was a lantern, small and delicate, with a flame that flickered but never burned out. Inside, he thought he saw something. A piece of paper? A letter? He reached for it gently. The lantern didn't resist. When his fingers brushed the glass, he felt warmth, not fire, but something softer, like the memory of sunlight. He opened it, and inside was a folded piece of parchment. On it, in faint handwriting, were just a few words, "To the city in the sky." We still remember. Leo's breath caught. The paper was old, the ink smudged by water. Whoever had written it must have sent it from the world below. He looked down at the endless ocean of clouds. For the first time, he imagined real people under them. Maybe living near rivers or mountains. Maybe looking up every night and wondering whether the floating city was only legend. He clutched the lantern to his chest and whispered, "We remember too." When he turned back, he saw his grandmother standing at the end of the bridge. She must have followed him silently. "You saw it, didn't you?" she said. Her voice wasn't surprised. Leo nodded. "It came from below." She walked closer, her eyes reflecting the soft glow of the lantern. Every few years, a lantern finds its way up here. They say people down there still send them. Messages, prayers, or just memories. The clouds are thick, but sometimes hope can pass through. Leo held the lantern between them. "Can we send one back?" Mira smiled, and it was the kind of smile that held both joy and sadness. "Of course, but you must write from your heart. The wind only carries truth." That night, they prepared a lantern together. Mira brought out her old writing brush, and Leo found a piece of thin sky paper that shimmered faintly silver. He sat for a long time, thinking. Then, carefully, he wrote, "To those who dream beneath the clouds, your stars shine in our sky too." They placed the note inside, lit the lantern, and stepped onto the balcony. The air was cool, full of distant songs of wind. Together, they released it. The lantern rose slowly, turning in gentle circles as it drifted upward, then downward, until it vanished into the white sea below. Rio watched until it was gone. Something in him felt lighter. A quiet knowing that they were not alone in the sky. Later that night, as he lay in bed, he thought of all the unseen cities, the lands below the clouds, the faces that might one day look up and see a faint golden light among the stars. And as he drifted into sleep, the city itself seemed to hum, a low, peaceful sound, as if it too was dreaming. Above the clouds, Aurelia glowed softly under the moon. The wind whispered through its silver towers, carrying stories, memories, and wishes between worlds. And somewhere, far below, a child standing in a meadow looked up, and for a moment thought they saw a light moving gently through the sky.